What if I told you the man we all know as the calm, kind, and untouchable Keanu Reeves was once completely broken by love? A heartbreak so deep, it changed him forever, shaping the way he lives, loves, and even inspires millions today. In the next few minutes, you'll see the untold side of Hollywood's most mysterious star, the side nobody talks about. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's dive into what really happened. Some love stories end before they even begin. Keanu Reeves, the Hollywood icon we all admire for his charm, humility, and calm presence, wasn't always the serene figure we see today. Behind the bright red carpet smiles, blockbuster fame, and endless fan admiration, there was a man who carried deep, personal heartbreak. A heartbreak so profound that it would shape the person he would become for the rest of his life. In the mid-1990s, Keanu was in a relationship that seemed perfect in every way. To the outside world, it was a fairy tale romance, the kind people dream about. Friends often described them as inseparable, two souls who seemed to laugh at the same jokes, understand each other without words, and share quiet, magical moments together. Every time they were seen together, their bond seemed unbreakable. Everyone believed their love would last forever. But life has a way of throwing challenges when we least expect them. And for Keanu, the happiness he cherished was suddenly ripped away, not because of betrayal, arguments, or mistakes, but due to circumstances completely beyond his control. Tragedy struck in the most unexpected way, leaving him stunned and unable to process what had happened. For someone who had already faced early struggles, including family hardships and personal losses, this heartbreak was not just painful, it was life-altering. The sudden end of his relationship left Keanu in emotional shock. Friends noticed a change in him. The man who once laughed freely now carried a quiet weight on his shoulders. He became reflective, almost lost at times, as if the world he once knew had shifted in a single moment. This heartbreak wasn't merely a chapter in his life, it was a turning point, a moment that would redefine how he saw love, loss, and even himself. Even Hollywood, known for its glitz and glamour, couldn't shield him from this raw human experience. It was a reminder that behind every famous face is a story of vulnerability, pain, and resilience. Keanu's heart-shattering beginning shows us that love, while beautiful, can sometimes bring the deepest lessons. Lessons that prepare a person for life's unexpected challenges and shape their soul forever. Heartbreak can make a man vanish from the world, even if the world never forgets him. After the devastating breakup, Keanu Reeves seemed to vanish from the public eye. The bright lights of Hollywood premieres, glitzy parties, and magazine covers no longer drew him in. Instead, he sought a quiet, almost invisible life, one where he could confront his pain without the constant scrutiny of fame. Friends and colleagues noticed the change immediately. The man who once seemed full of energy and laughter now appeared contemplative, wandering through the city streets with a faraway look in his eyes. Keanu often took long walks, sometimes for hours, as if searching for answers in the bustling city around him. Witnesses say he would occasionally strike up conversations with strangers, not for fame or recognition, but out of a deep desire to connect, to hear another human story, and perhaps to share a fragment of his own. These were moments of vulnerability, showing that even someone so famous could feel lost, yet still long for understanding. During this time, Keanu began a profound period of self-reflection. He asked himself the tough questions about life, love, and what truly mattered. Slowly, he realized that happiness could not be measured in box office numbers, fame, or wealth. Real joy came from genuine human connections, shared moments of laughter, understanding, and kindness, the kind of things that no red carpet or movie premiere could ever provide. This period of healing also became a time of growth. Keanu poured his heart into his craft, choosing roles that resonated with his soul rather than chasing commercial success alone. He was drawn to projects that explored resilience, pain, and transformation. Films like The Matrix and later John Wick were not just career choices. They were reflections of a man who had endured profound loss and was now channeling that understanding into his art. Each role became a form of therapy, a way to process emotions and transform them into something meaningful, inspiring audiences around the world. Keanu's lonely road of healing is a reminder that heartbreak, while painful, can also spark profound personal growth. By stepping back from the spotlight, confronting his emotions, and finding purpose in his work, he turned pain into strength. This period of reflection not only reshaped his career but also deepened his humanity, making him one of Hollywood's most respected and genuinely compassionate figures. Pain has a way of teaching lessons that joy could never reach. Keanu Reeves' heartbreak was not just a personal loss, it was a life lesson that would shape the very essence of who he became. In the aftermath of his breakup, he began to understand something profound. Love, while beautiful, can also be fragile. Relationships, no matter how perfect they seem, are delicate, and holding on too tightly can sometimes lead to heartbreak. But what set Keanu apart was his response. Instead of letting the pain embitter him, he chose a different path, one of reflection, humility, and personal growth. This period of introspection awakened a deep sense of empathy in him. Colleagues, co-stars, and fans often speak of Keanu as one of the most kind, humble, and grounded actors in Hollywood, a rarity in an industry often driven by ego and competition. His heartbreak humanized him in a way fame never could. It gave him the ability to connect with people on a level that transcended celebrity. Even simple gestures, like quietly helping crew members on set, engaging warmly with fans, or taking time to listen to someone's story, became reflections of the compassion born from his personal struggles. Keanu also discovered the importance of living in the moment. Fame, money, and material possessions suddenly seemed less meaningful. What truly mattered were the experiences he shared with loved ones, the genuine connections he formed, and the ability to cherish even the smallest joys of life. Every smile, every conversation, every quiet moment of understanding became more precious because he had experienced how easily happiness can slip away. The pain from his breakup, which at first felt unbearable, eventually became a guiding force. It acted as a compass, steering him toward a life of purpose, gratitude, and quiet strength. Keanu learned that resilience is born from adversity and that the lessons pain teaches are far more enduring than the fleeting pleasures of joy. In this way, heartbreak was not the end of his story. It was the beginning of a deeper, richer understanding of life, love, and human connection. Through this journey, Keanu Reeves transformed not only as a man but also as a symbol of strength and empathy, proving that true character is forged in the fires of life's most difficult moments. You can lose love and still find it in yourself. Even after the heartbreak that shook him to his core, Keanu Reeves never let his heart close completely. While the pain left a lasting mark, it did not harden him or make him cynical about love. Instead, it gave him clarity and wisdom. Friends and colleagues observed a subtle transformation. Keanu approached relationships differently, not with fear or hesitation, but with a quiet, thoughtful maturity that only life's deepest losses can teach. He began to understand that true love isn't about holding on too tightly or trying to control another person. It's about giving space, respecting individuality, and valuing every moment you have with someone. It's about appreciating the presence of a loved one without letting attachment overshadow the joy of simply being together. This awareness shaped the way he treated those around him, whether in romantic relationships, friendships, or interactions with fans. Keanu became a man who offered kindness, patience, and respect naturally, without expecting anything in return. Interestingly, those who follow his life closely began to notice a unique beauty in his heartbreak. It wasn't displayed in sadness or despair but in his serenity and strength. There was a quiet resilience in him, a depth that made people feel inspired just by watching or interacting with him. His heartbreak, rather than defining him negatively, seemed to have polished him into someone more compassionate, understanding, and grounded than fame alone ever could. Fans and admirers started seeing Keanu not just as a Hollywood star but as a symbol of hope and emotional intelligence. His life demonstrated that even when love is lost or circumstances break you, the heart can heal, grow, and become even more generous. Pain, when processed with reflection and humility, can transform a person. Keanu Reeves became living proof that heartbreak can be a teacher, guiding someone toward a richer, fuller, and more meaningful experience of life. In the end, Keanu's story reminds us all that losing love doesn't mean losing yourself. It can awaken a deeper capacity for understanding, empathy, and connection. His heart, though tested and wounded, remains open, a reminder that true strength often lies in vulnerability, and true love begins with the self. Some stories of heartbreak are not meant to end, they're meant to transform. Today, Keanu Reeves is more than just a Hollywood legend. He has become an icon of emotional resilience, kindness, and humility. While millions admire his acting and blockbuster films, it is his character, shaped in part by heartbreak, that truly inspires the world. The pain he endured early in life, especially the loss of a relationship that meant everything to him, left scars. But those scars became the foundation of a man capable of extraordinary empathy and understanding. Keanu doesn't keep his experiences to himself. Instead, he uses them to connect deeply with others. Fans around the world often share stories of meeting him and being struck not by his fame, but by his genuine attention and care. He listens, he talks, and he makes people feel seen and valued. For Keanu, heartbreak wasn't the end of love, it was a teacher. It showed him that vulnerability is strength and that compassion can grow from pain. Through his interactions, he quietly demonstrates that experiencing loss doesn't have to make someone cold or distant. It can awaken a deeper humanity. His story also reminds us that life rarely unfolds as we plan. Love can end unexpectedly, dreams can be delayed, and pain can feel unbearable. But what Keanu's life teaches us is that how we respond to adversity is what truly defines us. Heartbreak, when faced with courage, humility, and reflection, can become a catalyst for transformation. In Keanu's case, it shaped a man who embodies resilience, grace, and unconditional kindness, qualities that are far rarer and more valuable than fame or wealth. Perhaps the most powerful lesson from his life is this: the greatest love story isn't always about another person, it's the one you build within yourself. Through heartbreak, Keanu discovered his own strength, empathy, and capacity to connect with the world in a way that inspires millions. So the next time life feels overwhelming or a relationship ends, remember Keanu Reeves. Pain doesn't destroy you, it molds you. And sometimes, the most beautiful stories of love and transformation begin not with someone else, but with the courage to open your heart to life itself.